And again, I've leveraged my Rolodex of pro shooters to bring another gold medalist to the show. Shannon Smith, senior open team gold. Welcome. Congratulations. There it is.
Thanks,
Wore
man.
the official jersey.
Always happy to talk to you. Yeah, you said I had to wear pants, so I figured I'm going to put the jersey on along with it.
Well, I mean, in this shot, pants are optional. Same shot for me, man. You may never know. Big trip to South Africa. A lot of things happened. Talk about it. It was an experience. It had to have been.
Quite the adventure. Yeah, it's my fourth world shoot total. The one of them was in the U.S. that I ran, so I don't really count that one. But
right.
It's always an adventure traveling internationally with firearms and ammo, and so there's always drama, and there's always problems. It's always stressful, and the thing that I tell folks that haven't done it or haven't done a lot is you're not in America anymore, man. So cool your jets. Like there's no Second Amendment. You don't have any rights. Like that's not the time when you're in Johannesburg when the South African police station to break bad on them. Just whatever they say goes. And so I had one of my guns confiscated when I landed because of permit problems, and there's nothing you can do about it. Like, nothing.
Right.
So my options were come back in 3 weeks when it's time to leave, and maybe it's there, maybe it's not. And if it's not, nothing I can do about it. So you just got to roll with it, So I went back the next morning. We stayed at the airport the night we landed because you land at nighttime, and they recommended not driving because the range was 2 hours away. So I was staying at the airport anyway. So I went back in the morning because I figured it would be different people working, and there were, and just super nice, and begged and pleaded, and they were super nice and awesome, and it took 2.5 hours, but I got it. And
good.
That was the main match gun. So it was the one that I really needed. I brought 3. I didn't really need the other 2, but that's the one I wanted.
Right.
So they were able to square me away, and the U.S. delegation had an ammo shipment that didn't make it. So here I am for a world championship that I've been training for 3 years, and I got no gun and I got no ammo. So stuff like that. It's just part of the trials and tribulations of international travel with guns. But everything worked out in the end. We found enough ammo. All the U.S. people were scrounging and sharing and whatever to make it work. But the experience was amazing. And I don't know that I would do a 17-hour flight again to go back there one day for funsies. But all in all, I'm happy that I did it. It was great. It was a great experience.
Well, and a gold medal to hang on the wall to go with it too. That
so not all goals achieved. But the number one goal was the team win. So IPSC, as you know, is 50 years old for seniors. So I'm not a senior in the U.S., but I am there. So getting the team goal was gold number one, which we accomplished handily. Like first day, we were up by pretty much an uncatchable amount. And second goal was to win senior overall. But the guys, the cool thing about, or not cool, thing about getting senior, I'm senior now, so it's going to get easier somehow, you think.
Yeah, right.
Well, the guys I've been shooting with for 20 years,
they're seniors too.
Kicking my butt are all seniors now. So this friend of mine from Australia, Brody McIntosh, is just a terror, man. And he hasn't lost a step. 4th overall in open. And so after day one, I saw his scores. I'm like, well, he ain't lost nothing. And I've been shooting against him since 2008. And so he ain't lost a step. So my senior world championship is off the table. And now I'm just going to try to claw onto the podium. And there was another guy from Argentina whose name I don't remember that was killing it. And so well, there goes second. So now I'm clawing for third. And that was our own guy, Henning.
Yep.
Who was the first American senior. And he was just a rock, man, just a robot, and shot very well. And I just couldn't catch him. So I ended up 4th senior individually.
Yep.
Which was a failed goal. But the big thing is, and you know this from shooting, is I shot well. And I'm happy with the way I performed. And I just got beat. And that's competition, man. Like no shame in that, but the team won, and US across the board did very well. So that was cool.
Yeah. And that's thankfully to those who put together the Wikipedia page with results. I don't have access to what do they call it? The ESS or whatever their scoring system is. I don't have access to it. So
yeah, it's awful, man. It's a shame they do that. And I don't know why, if they have a reason for it, for hiding that stuff, or if they just don't have the technology to get it out there. But I mean, even there, we were scrambling to figure out scores and where you are. And like you could verify your stuff, but you couldn't compare yourself to other people like we do on Practice Score, for example.
Sure. I guess if you look at it from a broad perspective, extremely challenging match to get to, challenging match to compete in the form of an IPSC format and 5 days of shooting and the way they scheduled it. However, across the board, just about every American in-house really represented. I mean, everybody did well. And I think that speaks to the level of competition that we see here in the States. I mean, with only a few exceptions, we're the pace setters. Speak to that a little bit. There has to be a level of pride in that because you've been in that for so long.
Sure. Yeah, 100%. And so I think the biggest thing was it was not the match that we expected. It was not the match that we trained for. It was not the match that you've seen at any other world championship or even any other IPSC match, including our IPSC, the US IPSC Nationals, which was just a month prior.
Sure.
You know, we trained for low hit factor, high accuracy, high technicality, and it was not that at all. There was, I mean, if you looked at the results, you saw it, but there was 9, 10, 11 hit factors in this match, and you never see that in an IPSC match. And as soon as I walked in day one and started looking at stuff, I was like, holy crap, man, this is not what I trained for. And another guy on our senior team, Lee Nugent, who's a friend of mine, is fast as heck. And as soon as I saw the stages, I was like, well, Lee's going to kick my butt. And so I think that's probably a part of the reason is we shoot a lot more higher hit factor, fast and furious, hair on fire kind of stuff than the international people do. And we trained for the opposite. So we trained for high accuracy, high technicality, et cetera. So when we get there and we see, oh, this ain't that hard.
Right.
Then we were able to
stages.
It was up our alley. You know, we were able to turn the jets on where I imagine, and I don't know this for a fact, but I imagine the other countries got there and like, what the heck is going on? Like, you know, we expected swinging plates and tight partials and penalty targets, and there just wasn't any of that. It was go time, man, from the jump. So it lended well to the U.S. I think we would have won anyway, no matter what match they put out there. Like take Eric for example. Like it doesn't matter what stage you put up there, he's going to beat you. So I think we would have won anyway, but it was really tailored to a U.S. style of shooting.
I think that's cool. Exciting times in terms of being able to deliver from the match itself, at least to some extent, video content, updates, interviews, and so on. You had a part in that. Talk about how that had to play in and around competing.
Yeah, so you and I talked about this a little bit during the week. The late news station headed up that action streaming live thing, and I don't know a lot about the intricacies of who or why or what's going on with it, but he asked me if I would be involved from some of the stuff that I did for USPSA in their nationals, some of the live streaming stuff with Brian and Hunters HD, and so I was like, yeah, sure, man. The match was wicked fast. So they had 4 flights of shooting every day, which is unusual for us. And the sunrise over there is super weird. It comes up like at 4:45 in the morning, and it sets like at 6 p.m. So they had the first flight of shooting was at 6:30 a.m. Then 9, then 12:30, then 3. So 4 flights a day, and it was super fast. Again, like it was the biggest world shoot ever. And I've run a couple of matches, as you know, so I understand the logistics behind it. And they were just trying to pump the numbers through, and that's neither good nor bad. You know, they're trying to make money and trying to get as many people in the match as they can, which is fine. But that's a big part of why the stages were relatively easy and fast, because you had to get those people through. So doing that time with Leighton and the action streaming guys wasn't a big deal because I'm only shooting for 2.5 hours a day anyway.
Good.
And you got the rest of the day to do nothing. So we just scheduled time. You know, he'd be like, hey, can you do 1 o'clock? Can you do 9 o'clock? Can you do 3 o'clock or whatever? And we just fit it in with our schedule. And that's your world, man. And you and I talked about it, but I think it was cool. And again, I don't know a lot about how it worked or what the premise behind it is, but you know, trying to bring stuff to people that obviously can't be there. The live aspect was so, I guess, because it was 3 a.m. here in the States. You know, I think we had a lot of live customers at that point, but still cool. I was happy to be part of it.
I can say this, that included, there is more professional level content delivered from this match than ever before. You know, just simply because of the fact that I can't be there. the only way I can see what's happening with the people I normally work with, my friends and so on, is to watch that content. So between that and the stuff Jay Lease was doing and the stuff Jay Bill and Hunter Constantine did, all of that stuff. I mean, even John McClane is doing his daily thing with his hat cam. I mean, this just the new media presence for me as essentially an old media dog is exciting. So I'm thankful for that. And that leads me to this instance where I'm leveraging new media to talk more with my friends and those who have come back from South Africa with gold representing the U.S. And as much of this as I can do, I intend to, because it's just simple, stand here and do it. Looking forward, though, we're faced with the Race Gun Nationals in a couple of weeks out in Utah. So open guns and PCC and capacity and all of that. I trust you're headed that way.
Yep. I'm actually one of the match directors along with Jake Martins. So I'm leaving a week from today, actually. Or no, a week from tomorrow, or a week from yesterday. So I'll be out there a week ahead of time, 10 days ahead of time, and start building a match and putting things on the ground. Because of being gone with the World Shoot, I haven't paid a lot of attention as co-match director. So I was actually sitting down this morning and just started going through stages and look at things and starting to formulate a plan and schedules and squatting. And so yeah, I will be there, and it'll be a more challenging match than the World Shoot. I guarantee you that.
Excellent. Well, I'll be looking forward to that, and I will lean on you as you are available for additional comment and information for the audience.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, happy to help. You know, we had an app. This is an interesting part of it. You talk about new media.
Mm-hmm.
We had an app that the whole U.S. delegation was on. So like Group Me or Team Reach or whatever it is, like one of the million apps.
Like a WhatsApp.
So we could all talk to we could all talk to each other. And so the guys that shot the pre-match, and they had a whole lot of competitors in the pre-match for this World Shoot for the same reason. They're trying to pump the numbers through and get their revenue up, which is fine. But they all had their hat cams and uploaded it to our app. So all the main match people coming in, because IPSC, you can't walk the stages like we do in the US ahead of time. So we could all see every stage, from first person point of view. So in the evenings back at my Airbnb, because you shoot 6 stages a day for 5 days, because you're not going to remember 30 stages in your head.
Sure.
So in the evenings, back in my Airbnb before my next day of shooting, I would sit there and go through every stage, and watch it over and over and over and over and over. And so that was a big help. So speaking about how technology and media is changing things,
there's a big change right there.
Because they didn't allow cameras on the stages, so you couldn't walk around and film your buddy like we do. And even the action streaming people, they wouldn't allow on until like the second day of the match. I think they finally talked IPSC into giving them press passes or whatever they called it, and allowed them to get in there. So, but they couldn't stop the hat cams, so that was a cool aspect that we were able, and I'm sure other countries are doing that too, but it was so cool.
No, there's competitive equity. I mean, all of those hat cams came from China. It's not like everybody in the world doesn't have one.
Right.
But that's new media, man. That's the age we live in. I mean, the next step from there is a set of those Ray-Ban Metas, which have the camera built in. It's not far from that. I mean, the cameras are everywhere. The information is everywhere. And, choose your own adventure. That's exciting. Way to leverage that, dude. That's cool. Hopefully not a controversy arising from that.
Nah, I don't think there could be, and it's over, so I don't care either.
Well, there you have it. Excellent. Well, that's what I needed. Again, congratulations on the gold for the team, for the seniors. I know you wanted better on the individual, but you're the man.
Wait.
Oh, wait. Oh, go get the gold. I was like, where's he going? Yeah, that's a legit medal, dude. That is
pretty nice, man.
So cool. They always do that really, really well, though. They always, even the opening ceremony, all of it is so awesome.
Yeah, it's and all the stuff aside, all the competitiveness aside, it is an honor, and I'm a patriot, and as I know you are, and it's an honor to represent your country doing anything. So I was proud to be there and had a great time.
I love it. I want to amplify the signal, man. Just let more people know. Good job, Shannon. Thank you.
Yes, sir. See you soon.